Hey everyone out there. My name is Devin Adams. I'm a Fortinet instructor here in Tempe, Arizona for Dynamic Worldwide, and I record these videos for the people who've taken my class. It's been a while since I've done any videos and I've neglected my YouTube channel a lot. So I apologize, guys. Life just has happened, one thing after the other. And I don't do this for any kind of profit, just to kind of supplement the courses that I teach. So I feel bad. I apologize for all of those who have subscribed and asked questions. I'm gonna try to slowly go back through those and answer those. But I am like a laundry list behind on things to try out for proof of concept, for things to demo that I promised for those who've taken my courses. So for those out there who have waited months, I am so sorry. I'm finally getting around to it. And that's why there's really not a title here that goes with these videos. I did exploring the SD-WAN just because the SD-WAN is going to be involved. But I mean, I have like a laundry list of stuff to do. And I'm not even putting it up here because I don't want to set any like expectations yet until I can find some time. But I could at least start the most basic, and that's what I'm going to do today. I've recorded videos on how to do this already, so don't forget to check out my playlist, guys. And But basically, what we're going to do is that we're going to download and import the newest FortiOS into GNS3. Now, at the time of this recording, it is 6.4.0. They just released it a couple of weeks ago. Fortinet did. I am not focusing on 6.4.0. In fact, 6.2 is now mature enough, I think, where a lot of people are going to start using it more, because those .0 releases can have some hiccups here and there. Yeah, and just because I do not provide my configs, I also build everything from scratch. So if you guys are not interested in this, you can stop it right now because I've done it before tons of times. But first and foremost, let's just go ahead and download and import those new images, all right, the 6.2, and I'm going to do that for the FortiAnalyzer, FortiManager, and also for the FortiGate. Then we're going to build a very basic SD-WAN HQ headquarters for our hub, because eventually I'm going to have spokes going out for VPNs, okay? And then we'll just get some basic internet connectivity up. That's not very exciting, but that's going to be our first goals to start out. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin with downloading and importing the newest images. Now, I am on, just to kind of show you here, I'm on GNS3 2.1.21. Now, I know I have to update to 2.2. It's been a while since that's been released, but guys, you know what? I found out that the GNS VM that is doing all my hardware acceleration in the background is not compatible with the newest release of GNS3 VM. You can't upgrade the VM. You have to start from scratch and then import your images in. I said, yeah, single parent, working full time, ain't gonna do that anytime soon. So I'm just sticking with the older version here. All right. But if we go ahead and we look at our appliances here, all right, let me pop out the Docker here. Um, we have some of our Fortinet templates that are baked right in. Now, if you guys don't see it look like this, I know that the newer releases, you just have to click the new appliance and then it will show you what you're looking for there. So if you don't see any kind of like Fortinet here, just go to click new appliance and then it should walk you through the guide. I think the 622 has it like that. But anyways, here's FortiGate 6.2, but this is 6.2.0. All right, we need the newer version of 6.2. I think 3 is the latest release. So if you can see here, we have a FortiGate that's kind of grayed out, and that's the system template. So I'm going to drag it over here. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to hit OK. Okay, here we go. And as you can see here, 6.2.0 was the last firmware in this release of GNS3. Now, there might be a newer version of FortiGates out there, template-wise. I'm just going to pretend like there isn't, all right? Because I'm going to show you guys how to create a new version. Before we do that, though, we need to go get the image. You do need a support contract for these VMs. In other words, you have to actually purchase the FortiCare license of a FortiGate. You have to log in with your support contract to login credentials to legally have these things, okay? Just remember, though, that even without an additional license, you'll still get you'll still get 15 days to run the thing once you turn them on in GNS3. Okay, so but here we are. This is what the support page looks like. All right, after you log in, and we're going to come up here to download. Okay, firmware images. All right, and it looks like 623 is the latest build. So I'm going to go over here to FortiGate, download 600.62623. And the one that we're looking for today, guys, is the one that has KVM in it. Okay, so here we go. All right, here's the hypervisors. Okay, and there is KVM. Now you're going to see two files here. The one that has a .out is the one that you would use to upgrade the VM within the hypervisor. In other words, it's running already in like a test lab, and you would upload it like you would traditionally upgrade a FortiGate. Here, though, is the actual VM machine itself, and that's the one that we're going to get. So let's go ahead and download that real quick. All right. And while that's downloading, let's go ahead and get the other ones too. So I'm going to drop this down, and I'm going to go to my Forti Manager. All right, 623 is the latest build, so I'll hit download. 6062, 623, and once again, we're looking for the kvm.zip. All right, and just for giggles, I'm going to do it for the FortiAnalyzer too. Those are the three main appliances that I teach as an instructor. So, all right, FortiAnalyzer. There we go. 623. Ta-da! We'll hit download. 620, 62, 623. And once again, we're looking for the KVM. There we go. Perfect. All right, so we have all three of those machines rocking and rolling down there. So, all right, let's get them into our GNS3. So, here we go. We're back at GNS3, and as you can see, there is no 623. So what we're going to do here is that I'm going to select the latest one and hit a create new version. Now, it will put FortiGate before it, so I'm just going to say 623 and hit OK. Okay. And then if you scroll to the bottom, there it is. Now it says ready to install. So that's because I was fumbling with this before, but normally it would say that this image wasn't found, okay? But if you hit import, and then there is our latest, there it is. There's our latest file that we did. So let's go ahead and extract it. Here we go. And it's gonna upload it and give you a warning about the checksum, and that's fine, okay? Now, for some reason, if it still gives you problems saying that it cannot find it or it's missing, I know this sounds very silly, all right? But go ahead and create a new version and try to give it another name, or you can just go ahead and just try it again. I know that sounds kind of silly, but I have not found this process to be 100% smooth. Now, if it ever comes down to it, you can just make um, a blank new appliance and then copy the templates over the different settings here to match the ones of the FortiGate, and then drop the QCOW2 files in there manually. And by the way, this empty 30 gig is just a blank QCOW2 hard drive, and you can just hit download to get that right away if you're missing it. So, but there we go. It took that time. Just must be the luck of me recording. But let's go ahead and hit next, and we'll hit OK. We'll hit next. And these are those settings that I'm talking about. So once again, if the wizard is giving you problems adding it, guys, just make sure that the RAM is 1024, KVMs allow. You're using the different styles of disk interface, also the different network adapter, 10, x86, Brew Priority C, Telnet as the console type, and you should be good to go. So, and if you ever need to know about those ahead of time, so you can take your old FortiGate template or the new one and you can edit it, and then you can take a look at what those settings are. So, and here, just because I do these for demos and things like that, I'm going to change the symbol. Okay, so these things here I actually got off of the off of Fortinet's website for their Visio icons. So if you go ahead and Google those, you can grab them. And then I just did a screen capture for the different Visio parts to grab them, and I imported them in manually. So that way I could actually look at a FortiGate, look at a FortiManager while I'm working on it. So that's how I got those symbols. Okay. And then once it's there, I'm going to go ahead and click it, drag it, and turn it on. So, and then hopefully we'll give it a few moments and we'll know we're at least at a good start when we see it posting. And now, the first time that you turn these on, once again without a license, that's why you can't adjust the RAM or anything like that. It might take a second to boot up because now I think starting with like 602 or something like that, it formats the hard drive for you. It used to not do that, and you used to have to manually go and format the hard drive or you couldn't get any logs. But this takes a minute, so I'm just going to let it run in the background. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get a new FortiManager in there. So I'm going to just do the same thing for FortiManager. All right. And as you can see, 620 is the latest build, so I'm going to say create new. I'm going to say 6.2.3. Scroll down to the bottom. See how it says ready to install? That's a pack of lies. All right, let's do import. And here we're going to go ahead and go to FMG and extract it. There we go. All right, there's that error message saying that the hashes aren't going to match up, and that's fine. It's going to upload it to the VM. All right, there we go. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. You see how it says missing? Yeah. So I know that's incredibly frustrating, guys. But if you hit back and hit forward again, sometimes that fixes it. I've even tried to do a create new version and just done like a 6, 2, 3 and added an extra period, right? And look at that, ready to install. I don't know if that's a GNS3 thing that's kind of funky, but just, yeah. Anyways, sure. All right, those are the settings if you manually need to do it. We're gonna hit next. And once again, you get 30 days on that. But I'm gonna go ahead and just hit configure template. And because I technically never installed the 623, I could actually take that period out, and I bet you anything it'd fix it. But I'm gonna do my FortiManager symbol. And once again, you get these off of their website. So, and there you guys go. We got the latest version of FortiManager in there. So let's do it now for FortiAnalyzer. So here's FortiAnalyzer. All right, we'll hit next. We'll hit next. We'll hit next. All right, we'll say create new version, which will be 6.2.3. Scroll to the bottom. Ready to install? No, you're not. Import. It's probably the reason why I should just bite the bullet and upgrade GNS3, but too lazy, guys. Too lazy. There we go. All right. Yes, we know the hashes aren't matching up. And once again, you can download these by just clicking them and hit download. Ah, that was a loud ding. All right. Just like watching paint dry. And look, it's doing it again on me. So, yeah, like I said, guys, I have no idea why it does that sometimes. So I'm just going to say create new version 6.2.3. All right. See how it says ready to install? It's not, I promise you, but that's okay. All right. There we go. Perfect. And then I'll do the same thing, clean that up. So, all right, configure template. Take out that period. Change the symbol. We'll do FortiAnalyzer icon this time. Remember, you can make your own. All right, there we go. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to test one of these too, so I'm going to drag it off and turn it on. And remember, guys, once you turn them on, you got 15 days to use them, okay? And because they're the free license too, they do strip down things like the cryptographies, Also how many like firewall policies you can use, so on and so forth. So there's quite a few limitations on them, but it is enough to practice to at least get, familiar with it. Now, a couple of other things just to talk about. If you guys do have FortiGates in your network and you have a support contract, you have to have a reseller, and you should really be asking those resellers if they couldn't drop you like a VM license to test in a lab environment. Sometimes they'll do that. I've heard some resellers just giving them out. Obviously, I'm not a Fortinet reseller, so I don't know how that really works. I do also know that there's a development tier that you can purchase, and that's supposed to be helping with like API developments and things. And they have a yearly subscription that includes the VM licenses for both FortiGates and a FortiManager, FortiAnalyzer. At least the last time I checked, that's pretty inexpensive, and they don't have those limitations. So, in fact, those are the VM licenses that we use in my course. So, anyways, let's go ahead and check on this bad boy. All right, so it looks like it booted up. So let's just confirm that it's on 623. All right. And the fact that it's now forcing me to change my password, I now know that it's upgraded to the latest flavor. This is brand new, guys. It's actually forcing, look, I talked too long and it kicked me out. It's actually forcing me to put a password on there now. That is awesome. All right. As you guys could see my password in the clear now. You can only get away with that in a lab environment. Oh no! Did I like... No, it should be admin, no password. Okay, there we go. I was putting in a password when it was saying password. All right, see, I'm just not used to that at all. All right, let's do a Git System Status. And as you guys can see here, it is rocking 623. So even though it was a little janky getting it in there, it still got it in there. And it generates a serial number too, so you can practice your HA clustering with it. It's good for 15 days. It shows you that it's going to expire here on May 4th. All right. On Star Wars Day. How much RAM is allowed. Look at that. Did they really increase the free license RAM? No. Can we now have 2 gigs? Oh, should we take a look, guys? Let's try it. I have to. I have to. That's pretty cool if that's true. Let's increase it. The numbers never match up right, but that's okay. Oops, I guess I better shut it down first. Execute, shut. Now, all of my course materials I teach at a 620 because I teach the official Fortinet NSE4 courses. So I actually haven't played around with the newer versions that frequently. So, but that's pretty cool. The VMs now let you have more RAM. So let's try it out. Here we go, 2048. We'll hit apply, we'll hit OK. And we'll turn it back on and see if it doesn't error out on us. Let's see how the FortiManager is doing. Yeah, I was gonna say that one's probably gonna take a minute to boot up. So it's a beast. So uses a lot of databases for the different device storage options. So that might take a while to boot. All right, now usually it will halt if it isn't compatible with the higher flavor of RAM there. So and that's just might what have happened unless my FortiManager is taking up all my resources. Yeah, I run all of this. Everyone always asks me, what are my specs on my computer? Well, it's a really old gaming laptop. I mean, it's a laptop for starters, but it has an i7. It's just like 100 years old, and it has 32 gigs of RAM. But where do we see that? If you guys look at the preferences here and go to GNS3 VM, I've given it about 20 gigs of RAM and 4 processes to play around with. Now that's with hyper-threading. So obviously, that's 2 cores out of my 4 with hyper-threading. So that's how much resources I'd run all of this off of. And it's done me okay. So, and it looks like it took it, guys. So look at that. You can now increase the amount of RAM on the free VMs, which is pretty slick. Git System Status. Yeah, Pretty cool. All right, guys, you know what? I've been running this way too long, so I'm going to stop right there. So there you go. We downloaded and imported the newest version of FortiAnalyzer, FortiManager. Did FortiManager ever get up? Let's take a look real quick on that. Oh, look at that. Was there really that many people not putting passwords on the admin blank no password out there in the real world? Anyways, it's like that whole one person poops themselves, so we all got to wear diapers. All right, Git System Stat. And just to verify, it is on the newest build. Okay, guys, so I'll stop there. When I come back, I don't know when I'm going to record these. I'm just going to try to do at least one a day. Maybe I'll do two. We'll start building our hub and spoke configuration. So, all right, I know that was pretty long, but hopefully, it'll be a good start for us. So, okay, guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Bye.